Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I'm glad you're here to join me again, and I hope you're ready to do that little experiment we talked about. Remember the rainbow in the jar we talked about yesterday? Because remember, we learned about the rainbow in Noah's Ark, how that became a covenant or a promise from God, so that was a promise from God that if it were to rain ever again, He would never destroy the earth or the population, the people, with rain ever again. That rainbow, when we see it, is our promise, our covenant from God. So we're going to do a little rainbow in a jar today, and we showed you the larger version, and that would be in something like this, a jar, and you're going to see the information, basically the ingredients or the list of items that you're going to need if you want to do a rainbow jar this size, and it's going to be a link on the YouTube in the description giving you all the information that you're going to need to make this project, this experiment. But I'm going to use a smaller version because that way we don't have to use as many ingredients. And it's just kind of a cute little jar that I had. It was a little baby food jar. So, you just could take the label off and get it cleaned up and you're ready to go. All right, so we're going to go through, and when you get all your things together, we talked already about the items that you're going to need. And this is the light corn syrup. And for that light corn syrup, we were going to do a little bit of chemistry here. We're going to add a little bit of blue and a little bit of red. And if you remember your primary colors, blue and red equals purple. So we added a drop of each. And there we have a beautiful purple that we're going to have. Then we have our dish detergent, and it's blue. All right, with that. This one is actually the water with the green, 1 drop of green, or 2 drops of green food coloring. Then I have this, you see this measuring spoon because I'm not going to need as much. So we're going to have 2 tablespoons it's actually going to be the olive oil. So I didn't put it in a container because it's just as easy for me to put it out just right from the bottle. And this last little container is actually the alcohol, all right? And I added the 2 drops of red food coloring in that one as well. So we're going to get started. I just want you to be sure that whatever container that you use, make sure it's very clean and very dry. All right, whatever size it is, measure out how much liquid can fit in that container, and then have your mom or dad do the calculations to see how much of the colors we're going to need. So there's going to be 5 layers of colors. So you're going to have to divide that, whatever that size is. So if you want equal amounts, it's going to be divided by 5. All right, so we're going to use our little one, and we're going to get started. And you don't want to just plop the stuff in because it's going to be a mess in there. So the first ingredient they tell you to do is the purple one, the corn syrup. And we're going to just carefully put this into the bottom, all right? The other ones, when we put them in, we're going to kind of put them near the side to let them drizzle down the jar inside, all right? So it just takes a little bit of time, a little bit of patience, but we'll be right back and we'll see how we're going, all right? So I'm going to start with my first layer, the purple, and that one goes right in the bottom of the jar. Our blue one will be next, which is the blue is the dish detergent. And this one, as I said, is going to drizzle down the inside of the jar. So you just have to be really careful when you're doing this. You don't want to put it in really quickly because then it makes a lot of bubbles. And we want to try to keep those bubbles down. And also so it coats the inside nicely. Actually, it's not as full as I was hoping because I had a hard time getting these things out of these containers, but you can work with it and get the right amount that you desire, but just give it some time and you'll see those different layers coming together. And that is our rainbow in a jar. All right? So I hope you enjoyed that. It was fun learning about God and about Noah and of course about the promise that he had for us, the covenant of the rainbow. So when you look at your little jar, just always think of God and the promises he kept, and let us keep our promises to God as well. Thank you.
Children of the Lord, the sun